nasty ass bubble gum. I should get that off somehow. How would I get that off? Should I just wash them in the washer? They'd probably get fucked up. It's so fly. That bottom's right.
Hi. How are you?
Yo.
Huh? Sorry for my little meltdown yesterday. It's really frustrating.
What's getting frustrating?
My foot.
Oh my freak! I didn't know what you wanted to talk about, Michelle.
This has been
blah blah blah. What else?
What the fuck? What was up with that? What's wrong with her? When she popped up on camera, I mean, it's not like I'm always like excited to see her, but today she looked frightening. I don't normally look shame, but I just said, Jesus, what's wrong with you? You look awful. I mean, no offense, but do y'all think she was about to puke? Or do you think she was about to cough and she didn't want to be loud? But then you hear her go, Nyeh, or something. I'm going to replay it, but share your thoughts. I'm genuinely concerned for her.
You want to tell me? Oh, now you turn the camera off. You and that stupid toe, Michelle.
my foot.
Oh my freak! I didn't know what you wanted to talk about, Michelle.
This has been
blah blah blah. What else? You want to tell me? Oh, now you turn the camera off. You and that stupid toe, Michelle. Did they have this handle?
So I got the medication, right?
How many times? Like 4 times you gonna sell it on the black market? What corner are you selling the extras off?
It's not funny. I got the medication I was supposed to.
That was kind of funny, Michelle. And how many orders of medication did you get? I heard 3.
Yeah, it was almost $300 for the fucking prescription when I got it. And
So how'd you get it?
I got the medicine. I went to the store.
Logistically, how'd you get it? Somebody did you cash out or they pay for that place?
I had some people help. It's really gross now though.
What do you mean you had some people help? Did somebody buy it?
Nobody's fucking business, but people donated, right?
See, that's the thing, Michelle. It isn't anybody's business typically, but because you're asking a general public and it's not just your community, people want to have receipts and stuff so that they know that their money's going where you say it's going. And then she acts like that. It doesn't help her cause at all. I would just be like, somebody cash apped me. What's it to you? That's what Ski does. Is if he can't pay his cell phone bill, he's like, I can't pay my cell phone bill. I need people to donate if you're able to, so on and so forth. And then people help out because they want him to keep on streaming. But Michelle's like incapable of not being like deceitful, evasive. Let's go on.
And the
receipts. You were like begging nonstop this morning, and you were talking about my ear that had nothing to do with your dumbass toe. My ear has nothing to do with you and your Begathon over there. I don't even ask for money for my ear. Not one time.
I'm gonna show you my toe, okay?
Yeah, as soon as he starts asking questions or it appears he's not gonna like just let it go, she's like, I'm gonna show you my toe, and deflects with that. So she's about to show it. Be ready. It is bloody. For those of you who are weak stomach, I wouldn't watch. It's not like gore, but there is blood. And I'd like to hear anybody in the audience or whoever watches this, in the medical profession, what do you think? Because I thought, well, I'll tell you when we get there.
It's really, really gross. Because what's happening is this ad that's on it.
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, my ear's not doing too bad. It's going to make it at least, right? It's like your toe. At least your toe and my ear are both going to make it, right?
I don't think
Turn the camera on. Turn the camera on. Turn the camera on.
Like, y'all, I am not trying to be mean or malicious or anything, but what is wrong with her? Does she usually look like that? You tell me.
Damn, you look terrible. What the fuck is that little terrible peeking into the gateway of hell? Try to keep that shit off. Good idea. You trying to scare me? God, jeez. That's fucking terrifying.
It looks really bad.
Like, I feel like she's at the brink of saying what's actually, like, going on. Like, it looks bad. Like, it's obviously not just the toe, Michelle. Like, when I was in a certain state of mind, and I can't, shouldn't even imply that she's at all in that place, but you think that nobody sees it and that you have everyone fooled. And a lot of times I was like a functioning addict. I didn't lose my job. I paid all my bills. I didn't look like that. I lost a little bit of weight at one point. So that was telling, but other than that, however, a lot of times when you're at your worst, you like don't know that people know that you're not doing well, and you think you're just living the best life, fooling everybody, but you're not.
Ladies, if you have any kids at home, I apologize. I would have put in TV and maybe that shit. I would have put
Yeah, and I've not heard her once ask him how his toe is. Every time she's got on, it's about this, how his toe, we're all doing it, how his ear is. I've never once heard her say that. It's all been about this toe debacle.
He call me David right now. Oh, you turning my grandma off? Hold on, right, go ahead. What's up? All right. Jeez Louise.
It hurts even worse.
You're absolutely right. Isn't it funny all of a sudden your toe needs clean like my ear? You knucklehead. Did you copy everything?
I've been going through this shit for 6
You
weeks.
ain't never needed no clean until I need to clean for my toe, though. I know that. Whoa! Hold on, let me put you on full screen. What the hell is this? Oh! What is that? Oh, that's just your toenail, you knucklehead. Who gives a shit? So what? Oh, that bloody. Big deal. Oh, that's nothing. Get out of here. That's nothing. What's the problem? You gonna clean mine? You're such a copy. Man, get out of here. You're a copycat. You're a copycat. You want to be like you so bad that you went and made the same cream on your toe. What a copycat.
No.
That's embarrassing, Michelle. Michelle, that's embarrassing. That's so embarrassing right there, Michelle.
It is odd that, okay, she's doesn't care about it at all. And I said in the chat when the zombie foot thing happened, that her whole foot looked discolored. Like, it reminded me of that movie where they, like, are in an airplane crash and they all end up eating each other. I can't remember the name of that movie. If anybody knows, comment it. But, she didn't care and was, like, you know, doing her thing. And then all of a sudden, it was causing her a lot of pain. That's what she claimed. And it got worse and worse, and she could barely walk, and it would differ day by day. And then she goes to the hospital, she gets meds, and it's been up and down ever since. I mean, look at her during our cooking stream. And in I See What You Can't's video, you'll see, and I included a part of that in the video I'm editing, the stages that it goes through, and it kept ending up. Now, I've not seen it how it looks now. How she shows it right here is it's bleeding and stuff, which I was under the impression that that was good, that it's not pooling anymore. So the stents are helping the circulation continue to flow, so it's not then just all going to her toe and then staying there. The salve apparently is helping eat the dead skin off. So I think that's good, right? But apparently it's causing more pain, which I'm so confused.
So you wanted to copy me, now you went and got black salve to put on your damn dumb.
It's not black salve. I'll show you the
You
salve.
copied me. I can't believe it. That's plagiarism. Plagiarism. That's plagiarism.
Here you go.
Yep, that looks like old as hell. You dug that out from underneath the sink.
She dug that out from under the sink, and I said in the chat, Grandma's 4-year-old inventory. It's not fun.
Just to make a point.
It's clear.
Oh,
he said just to make a point. Just to make a point. He's dead serious. Sad thing is he's probably right. Because why didn't she just have the receipt ready? Here's the product. Here's the receipt. Any other time she can show a receipt, she shows the shit out of it. Non-AMA medical form. 5 episodes we see it.
I just showed you the prescription bottle, and it's not black. It's my toe that's black. It's supposed to be eating like the proud flesh or something.
Yeah, you said what, Michelle? Had my ear.
Look.
He's pointing like a train just got derailed off its tracks. All your momentum gone. All right, talk about yourself some more. What else you got? Toe, yada yada. What else?
He said your train just got derailed off the track. He said, toe, yada yada. What else? There was something else that like killed me that he said, and I was like, I wasn't even able to listen to what she was saying because whatever he said just deaded me.
Oh fuck! I'm trying to put this app back on. I mean
This is insane. What happened to your string? So you got people. I didn't ask a single person to pay for nothing. I got people that were nice enough to do it on their own and send me the items, Michelle. Like you had several people in Cash App. You're such a scammer. That medicine, you paid for it already with your Medicaid, and you asked for $300. How much money did you get out of the $300? So you got $300 at least, right? So what you're saying, Michelle, you at least got $300 because that's what you said the medicine cost. So you made at least $300 yesterday. Congratulations. Good job. About what I make $73. So you made about 3 times as much as me, 4 times as much. And I have an actual ailment. I can't believe you're
I don't have an ailment. I've not been going.
No, you don't. You have a lingering condition. It's not. You don't need money to make it better. You don't need it. There's nothing to make it better. It's not going to be already. They would pay for it. You get out of here.
Something is lingering because this whole thing is bizarre, and it normally ends up coming out one way or another. She started off by not paying attention to her zombie foot, even when we pointed out your zombie foot, like airplane crash, eating each other. Look at discoloration on her foot. And she's like, "What? They're pretty. I got a patty. They're beautiful." I was like, the most delusional, bizarre thing I've ever seen. And she was serious, I think. Just said she broke her toe. But I feel like women are in tune enough with their body to know that it wasn't just like a broken toe. And then she had immense pain from it. And then she needed surgery. And then she got surgery and she was all doped up. And then she was better. And then she wasn't. And then she's better. And now it's like, what, been a week and a half? Maybe shorter. And the salve is like life or death. And then she's like crying. And on her live, she's like, this is water. I can't wait to upload that video. This is water. And then at the end, she's like, it's green tea. It's like, what in the world?
Scammer, scamming Sally. Scoot on down the road, scamming Sally. You got at least 300, you said. Jeez Louise.
What do you mean scamming? I've got the.
You are too. You paid for that shit for $65. You already said it on your stream before.
I never
You
said
were mad my ear was getting all that
anything.
attention, weren't you,
Shut
Michelle?
up.
You and your dumb toe were jealous of my ear, and you went and got the same little concept. Let's put cream on our shit now. But my cream was like $5 at Walgreens, and your shit was supposedly $300. What's the difference?
Yeah, because it's a fucking prescription.
So what? I paid $30 for a
Prescription.
prescription. Okay.
You didn't buy it off the fucking shelf.
You're mad that my ear's more impressive in terms of gnarliness. Your shit was
I'm
$38
gonna
at
go. I'm
Walgreens.
just
Your shit was
reading.
30.
You know where she turned is like, instead of staying and being accountable about how nasty she was to Julie, she like messed that up and then dipped. Caused the I bet she does that a lot to people actually. Like caused like mass destruction in their life and then just leaves and then doesn't take any accountability for it. But that's about the time that she not ghosted, but just stopped showing up. And it wasn't because she was sorry. It was because she was working her other angles and going live on her channel, because that channel stayed up for like a couple minutes. And it reminded me of when Skimask figured out that she'd been talking to one of his like haters or something, or like conspiring with them. And he had wondered if like she paid one to like do harm to him, either on the internet or in person, or to show up to some court date. And as soon as she was like confronted about it, she ghosted. It was very similar to this scenario.
$38 at Walgreens. $38 at Walgreens. You're exposed. Stop lying.
It's not $30 at
When you
Walgreens.
told him you needed $300, shame on you. I would never lie to my viewers. I would
I
just
don't lie
ask
to
them
my
for money.
viewers.
I would just say, hey guys, will you buy me some weed? I need $20. I need
I
$50.
don't need weed.
Yeah,
Speed,
no, you don't, because when you're scamming $300, you got enough money to buy whatever you think you need. You don't need
you go fuck yourself. Like,
Scammer,
you're my friend.
scammer. Yeah, and you start talking shit because I got an ear. Like, it has anything to do with your dumbass toe. You start talking shit about me, saying all I need is weed money. You're talking shit to my friend Elizabeth just because you come in here and lurk in my chat and see who supports me, just like you did with Julie and this one before and that one before. You're weird.
Wow, that was messed up to me the first time I heard it. It's messed up to me again now. And she probably does do that. Sorry, I hope my camera has been moving this whole time, but a lot of weirdo creators do that. They watch who like supports a creator the most, and then they buddy up to them and try to poach them. And a lot of times it works. And I mean, I think it's creepy and peculiar that she didn't mention that she was talking to Woodstock, and then all of a sudden she's talking about how Woodstock's going to be sending her a scooter, which Woodstock didn't end up doing because it was going to be outrageous to ship. And she said Michelle could pay for the shipping, which I think was like $180 or something, which was like 3 times the cost of one of the little walker scooters, which probably would have helped her actually. But yeah, she didn't like, it sounded as though she hadn't mentioned that she'd been talking to his mod, who like hadn't been around in a while, and now he knows that it wasn't anything personal, but sketch. So now she's doing it with Elizabeth apparently. And yeah, I haven't, well, like when I'm editing for like a day or two, I don't get on YouTube at all, but I haven't seen that name in the chat. Shame on you, Michelle. He's like your only friend left. You really want to mess it up by like doing behind the scenes nastiness and like all about money, I guess. It's so gross. I don't get that at all. I'll never get it. I'll never get it.
You run your people off.
You're weird. You're weird. You're weird.
Look, I'm gonna go.
You're weird.
I don't
You're
wanna
weird for
talk to
talking
you,
about me like that when I was not nice to you. You're
I'm
weird for
home.
that.
I'm
You're
hurting.
weird, you're selfish, you're self-centered, and no one gives a shit. I don't give a fuck. You're hurting.
She
My shit
never
hurts too.
asks.
You didn't even ask.
You
You're
never
selfish.
ask,
I always ask
Michelle.
you.
You didn't even ask. Hey, Michelle, no one told you. They love you. It's your fault.
Like, really? Because I don't want to talk to you.
Fuck off. You're just a crybaby. You're a crybaby. Little weak ass toe. Get out of here. Booted. Bucko. Get out of here. Dumbass. Stay gone.
With how good of a manipulator she is, and as much as she gets away with, you would think she'd consider being better to him. Her only
She never asks.
friend.
You never
social
ask,
alliance,
Michelle.
if you want to call it that, on YouTube. I mean, it doesn't take much to be a decent friend. Just write on each other's Facebook wall. People still do that. Send each other a message, call one another, and just say, "Hey, how are you?" It can't just be about you all the time. Some people might have a hard time, giving into that compulsion. But just think about like, well, I feel like doing this for myself right now. How can I help someone else? I feel like I'm probably just wasting my breath. However, if there's anybody out there that ever needs help finding resources, I'm going to scroll some at the end. That includes you, Michelle. If you need help finding anything, whether it be mental health, dual diagnosis, etc. I'm not making any presumptions, just throwing that out there. Like I said in that chat, I truly believe that her being in that house is really bad for her, alone all the time. So we stinking thinking, we can be our own worst enemy. And I think even just having company for 3 days would get her like outside of herself. It might take a little longer than that, but just don't think it's helpful. I know she had whoever in her bed. I don't know what that situation is, but isn't it funny? I don't know. Maybe she talked about it on her channel, but we never heard about that. Don't go to Ski's friends or mods behind his back. It's really weird. Like, I think you reached out. I don't know if who reached out to who as far as Liz, but it's just interesting that you just happen to keep talking to his mods, and it's quite often mods that start showing up less and less. So it's a little sketch. I hope the best for her. I hope her toe gets better. I hope she helps herself get better. Let me know what y'all think. Was she gonna puke in the beginning, or was she gonna cough? And do you think the toe looks better or worse? What's going on? Is Michelle okay? Till next time, I hope everyone has a great morning, afternoon, or night. I'll talk to you soon. P.S. Since she won't say it, I'll say it. I'm sorry she didn't ask about your ear. I can't imagine, like, you can't ignore it being there. You would feel it all the time, and yeah, that sucks. So got an update after I downloaded this and was just getting ready to upload it that apparently after the live with Ski earlier, Michelle started texting him and of course went to intubating by default. So he shows the screenshots and that's what I'm gonna display on the screen. Michelle, if you ever listen to this, it's extremely manipulative and abusive for you to threaten somebody with self-harm, to get them to do what you want and to surrender their boundaries. No relation is based on the person doing one thing or another to stop somebody from hurting themselves. That's also not a challenge to suggest that you're not serious, because someone even saying that I take seriously. And if you've at all mentally envisioned a plan, please contact a medical professional, and I will scroll the resources on the screen as I said I was going to before even hearing this. I hope you do what's best for you and those that you have left around you. And I must say that it's pretty messed up that what you had said to Jenny Jen, because she wasn't participating in the panel banter and you got like upset that she wasn't responding or getting angry or lashing out, I suppose, whether you're conscious of it or not. And even though everyone else was attacking you and she'd been quiet, you decided to go in about her husband blowing his head off or whatever. It's not even easy for me to say. So knowing you just did that days ago and now are weaponizing the exact thing against someone else is pretty freaking sick. I'm not saying you deserve to die because of it or anything like that, but nobody deserves that. Not you, not anyone else.